So could Santa deliver in 24 hours without magic? What do you think?
Not by itself. I mean, if it's only one guy, you need magic. But if you can have a really great warehouse, depository, and network around the world, Amazon is doing better than Santa. So
So
basically, when the Amazon is telling you, do you want to order X or you order this, other people, when they order X product, they also order Y product. This is forecasting. This is something where they're taking the data that they have on everybody, on what people are doing, what people are ordering, to forecast what you might be unable to get, right? Because this is basically the job of Amazon and most of the companies that are actually doing logistics in the world, is to know before you actually know yourself what you might be able to order, because like this, they can get this product close by to you. And like this, they can tell you, with Prime, you can have this in 24 hours.
Okay.
And this is not magic. This is crunching data, a lot of it around the world. And Santa is doing exactly the same thing. I mean, his elves are working all around the clock to know what tomorrow a child will want to have and what their parents will say, you will get it on Christmas, not tomorrow, because this is, I don't know, something pricey or something that you actually need to get later, right? So Santa will use AI to do exactly that. Right now, it's 20,000 that are doing it. Tomorrow, it will be just AI models that will work on that.
Okay, nice. So what do you think AI capabilities would Santa should deploy first in his current system now?
Route optimization, because the thing that's really difficult thing is to know which child to actually give the gift first, because this is very important. Because if you think about it, Santa is flying around, right? But there is wind, there is needs to get there at night and need to get there after midnight because the child needs to be sleeping. You will need to have all this figured out, because there is, like, the sun is actually moving, right? And so you need to follow it. You also need to understand if you need to go first to the big cities or to the small one. You need to understand if you will need to give all the small village first and the big city later, or the other way around. So route optimization is where AI will really help Santa, I think, on the beginning.
Okay.
And forecasting, as I was saying, is the really difficult part also.
Okay, yeah. So what do you think about Santa autonomous slave fleet and then the predictive maintenance for reindeers?
I think that the reindeer are actually moving very fast, so I'm not sure if you need to have a faster way of moving, right? But for sure, there is one reindeer that everybody knows. It's Rodolph, right? He's the one that will guide everybody with his red nose. And I think route optimization with AI will actually put reindeer to a well-deserved retirement.
So could Santa deliver in 24 hours without magic? What do you think?
Not by itself. I mean, if it's only one guy, you need magic. But if you can have a really great warehouse, depository, and network around the world, Amazon is doing better than Santa. So
you're saying Santa should have a distributed micro warehouses around the world, and then using the forecasting
and I
that you're
think
talking about, he will be able to plan everything in just for the whole year and deliver that in just one day within 24 hours.
Okay. Santa is basically using teleportation, right? I mean, that's the only way that you can do it. So right now, teleportation is a few centuries in the future. So you need magic. But if you have a well-managed warehouse network, you don't need magic. You just need to be organized.
Okay. How about do you think Santa is also exploiting the time zone and handoffs? Because there are different time zones, right? There are different time zones, right?
Yeah. I mean, he do have two, because he's following the sun. I mean, at least he's following the night, right? And you have to start somewhere. And time zone, I mean, they work fine, right? They do have some issues, right? Because like if you are at the really limits of one time zone, to say that you have 1 hour different from the guy that is 20 kilometers away, it's complicated to really do it. Zone is the best approach that we ever had. So he's doing, he have to, And Santa is really good on time management and time distribution, route optimization. I mean, the guy basically invented supply chain before supply chain existed, right?
And remember that, when the kids are saying, okay, you have to be very good for the rest of the year, so Santa will give you a gift. So how do you think the real-time naughty and nice classification model would help Santa using AI models to be able to predict who gets what and who doesn't get something?
As I was saying, the thing is that AI can't do magic, right? But obviously Santa have a system in place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a point basis on this action give you 10 points and this one give you -5. I am not sure he's defining it. But if you want to implement AI, you will need to understand very, very perfectly what the system of Santa is right now, replicate it.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I think it's not working only for Santa. If you want to implement AI anywhere, first you need to understand perfectly to the smallest level how the process is working right now, and you need to replicate it. And I think obviously Santa have a system. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Do you think Santa's toy manufacturing should also, use AI to have more efficiency, or it's already efficient enough to be able to serve all of the kids around the world during Christmas Day?
I think it's very efficient, but the thing is that the problem with automation is not really an AI there, because a factory, yes, there is some AI there, but it's more about, as I was saying before, if you're moving data, AI will replace you. If you're moving atom, AI will not replace you. And robots are not yet ready, but there is still some robots that are very great. I mean, I don't know if you saw that, but there is a lot of robotic arms that are moving things around, are wrapping gifts, are things like that. You can replace them, but this on a logistic basis is something that is very expensive. So if you have cheap human labor, you don't implement robots. If it's very expensive human, for example, like in France where I am, or in the US, it's very expensive. But if you're working on Bangladesh, you just use human. In France, you might use robots because in the end, robots, will be cheaper. In many, many places in the world where factory are right now, right? You don't implement robot because human are less costly. And I think Santa is doing with an army of elf for centuries, something that, elf are paid with candy, cookies, and some milk.
Yeah.
They will never be replaced by robots.
Okay. Okay. And then, how about the multimodal transportation models for the delivery of Santa?
So the delivery of Santa, as I was saying, it's about route optimization. To understand, I mean, this is a job of what a 3PL that we were talking at the beginning is doing. 3PL is doing just that. Deciding, is it better to send your goods to this port or this one? And sometimes it's not the nearest port that you have from your warehouse that will be the faster. Because ports are getting better and better, airports are getting better and better, but there is a lot of places around the world where you need 3 weeks to get a boat from the sea to your docks, and 3 weeks to get from your docks to the sea. So it might take 6 weeks to have a boat in and out on your port. And there is ports that are doing it very good. I mean, for example, if you go to China, it's crazy. Like it takes them 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 days stop to get a boat for in and out.
Wow. It's
With
so fast.
Yeah. China are crazy. I mean, maybe 10, 15 years ago, the best port in the world were in Europe. Now China is beating them, all of them. And there is some ports in the north of Europe where everything is fully automatized. I mean, you almost never see any human. It's automatized trucks that are running around, automatic lift, automatic everything that are everywhere. But China is on another level. But there is places in South Asia, for example, or Southeast Asia, or some places in Africa where they're not good. And they're cheap, but if your client is insisting that you need a fast delivery, sometimes it's better to do 5,000 kilometers on a road with a truck to get to another port than to get to the nearest of Europe, because the labor is cheap. So the factory is there to actually build the thing, but to actually send them to the other side of the world, don't choose the nearest.
Okay. So, for example, Santa already used AI and then he optimizes everything. So, do you think which reindeer becomes redundant with automation?
Like I was saying, Rodolphe for sure. I mean, Rodolphe is one that is guiding everyone.
Yes.
If you just need some reindeer to actually get the sledge some places,
Mm-hmm.
you can use route optimization with some nice GPS and like we do every day. I mean, Rodolphe is redundant there. Now we have better technology than Rodolphe.
Too bad for Rudolph about AI.
I mean, after a few centuries, he needs a retirement. It's
Yeah.
somewhere warm where he can drink cocktails and things like that. He earned
Yeah.
it. He earned it. He did his job well, but simply now it's there is better. There is better.
Okay. Who do you think maintains the data pipeline at the North Pole?
Some poor overworked elf somewhere. That's for sure.
Because for how many years nobody talks about the data, the data person in Santa's, logistics, but
Yes.
right. But that guy, I think he's the main guy because
Yes.
he
Exactly.
has all of the data before delivering all of this.
Exactly, for sure. I mean, like I was saying, models are like what everybody is talking about and throwing money out. And I mean, we are all talking about, oh, Gemini is great at Google's, and OpenAI or Anthropic or whatever, Mistral AI have great models. But is nothing if you don't have the data. And if you don't have data that are actually labeled, and this is where this poor overwork elf is going to be very important, because this guy know in and out all the data that is transiting to the
Yes.
Santa platform. And so
Yeah.
he's the only one that can tell you, yeah, you want to have the data for this part of Japan, it's in this folder. And in this folder, it's, in this format and done like that. And if you don't have this guy saying to your IT guy how to connect and use the data to feed the model, your model is not doing anything. And models are lying, because they have just fractional data. So they think that they know. If you follow them, you will never get to your destination, and no children will have any gift at Christmas.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's move on after. So we already discussed more about Santa. So let's move on to another topic. So predict what logistics AI trend can you predict that will survive the hype right now?
So this is a complicated topic because it's not about how useful they are or how great they might be. It's about whether or not you can actually get people to use them. I think it's not a technological problem. It's a human problem there. And this, you need to have a change manager that is very good at his job to do it. So I think what will survive the hype right now, it will mostly depend on how great your change manager will be, how useful the little guy will think they are. It's not about how you think they are or technologically interesting or useful you think they are. It's how much it is used in the warehouse by the little guy inside his workflow without, getting him late. You know what? If he's losing even 1 second in his workflow with your model, he's not using it. Whatever you think, whatever your project or whatever PwC is telling you it is great, if this guy is not using it, you're losing it.
So what will warehouse workers expect from AI?
Basically, make them work faster and better. It's an hard job. I think most people don't understand how hard it is because it's dangerous also because you have shelves that can go to, I don't know, 5 or 6 stairs inside the warehouse. You need to get the things there. There is robots right now that are actually moving around, taking it, getting to the ground and things like that. but it's a complicated and very hard job to do. So if you can get something that will make it less hard, faster, better, and less dangerous, this is where you win. And trends right now, I'm not sure we even find the right fit for the little guy. The management of the whole machine, yes, I think we know where to do and where to go, but to actually help the guy on the floor, not yet.
Yeah. For you, what's the next opportunity for real operational value in logistics?
So there is the forecasting part for sure. But where you need to go when you have the forecasting part is actually how you manage the human on the floor. Meaning that if you can get better and faster trucks inside your warehouse, but you don't have the human there to actually transport from one truck to the shelf to the next truck on the right time, you won't get anywhere. So I think that's the human managing part is where we need to actually put a lot of effort there. And it might not be the place where you get the most money out. For sure, it's hard to imagine if you put 10 or 20 guys on the floor that they will get a net value out of it. But that's where you need to go if you want to actually have faster operation.
Okay. All right. So thank you for that very insightful and fun Santa discussion about AI. We're now going to the last part of our podcast, which is the rapid 10x round. I will ask you a few questions about AI, about your personal opinion and recommendation suggestions. So you can just answer and anything goes. Anything goes for you.
Let's go.
So what is the most overrated AI buzzword in logistics?
I think it's the use of computer vision to scan what is entering and going out of your warehouse. Right now, a lot of people want it. It's very expensive, and I don't see much value out of it, to be honest.
Okay. What is the underrated use case of AI that actually works in logistics?
It's to be able to share between different warehouse their insights on how they deal with one situation or one another. Because right now they work in their warehouse, told to the people in their warehouse and manage themselves all the issue. If we could have something that will be, collective intelligence, and I think this will be very useful. And you can't really expect them to chat to each other all day because they have a job to do. But maybe if you could have an AI that will be an assistant to them and actually managing and giving scenarios on how to solve X problem before it's happening, because the AI is looking at the data in real time and the human being is not. This will be where we need to go. And right now there is some attempt to it, but I never saw something really, at scale.
Okay, all right. What is the biggest barrier to AI adoption in supply chain?
Basically, it's the training of the people, because a lot of projects are getting released, but it's mostly for the benefit of the customer. And basically, you say to your customers that you can do X and Y, but the human being are not really aware of these projects there, and they don't have time to, look at it. So you have to do a lot of training, and this is change management. And I think change management is something that is nothing at all in relation to AI, but is where the real win will be tomorrow.
What is a key performance indicator every logistics leader should track?
So KPIs are really hard because everybody wants to look at their own. I think it's mostly about time, because logistics is about fast and faster and faster and faster operation, and without endangering people. And I think that's where right now we fail. Not all of us, right? I mean, and not in every country, but logistics is coming from the mine that are in Southern to get lithium until the iPhone that is in your hand. And I think right now that's the biggest downfall of the industry is that there is not enough awareness of every step of the supply chain. It's getting better again because, for example, in Europe, there is laws that make you an obligation to know what your provider are doing, but there is also not enough people in the government to have a look at all these reports. So AI will help there because AI can look at all this data, all this report. And well, I think a lot of people will get scandal on their company because, they are not doing everything they can.
Okay. So what AI tool would you implement tomorrow if you could?
I think the tools that I would implement for myself are AI agents, but not the same as what we are doing right now, but something that will actually be a digital twin of myself, let's say, because I think right now we have really opportunities to do better than what we do with, for example, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is great, but ChatGPT need to have a prompt to react, and ChatGPT know me, but is not me. So I think if I could, I would have an AI agent that is a digital twin of myself.
Okay. So do you think companies or logistics companies should buy or build for AI and logistics?
It depends. I mean, that's the whole question. If you build, it's your own, and you have actually the end on what you're doing and what you're implementing. But it's also something that most companies are not able to do because they are not tech companies. And as I was saying, most tech people are not working in logistic companies. They're working in startups in the Silicon Valley, right? So this is complicated, but also if you're buying, you have a dedicated team, someone that is really good, but they're not you. So they're trying, but you're one of their many clients. I mean, if they have, clients, right? If they don't, they will work for you, but then buy them, right? That will be easier. But I think it's better to make, but it's easier to buy.
So if you had $1 million to invest in logistics AI tomorrow, where would you invest that money?
I think in forecasting. Forecasting is the downfall of most of the company, and it's something that is very complicated. And if I could have $1 million and find a company that I think will win, this is where I will put money because that's where money will be made.
Okay. So human AI collaboration first or automation first?
I think collaboration is way better because automation is something that people could do with Zapier, Make, or anything like that. But automation is not really giving you value, right? It's freeing sometimes. And like borrowing task will be handled by them for sure. But if you want to have something that really work well, human being with AI will work perfectly fine. And I think the agenting teams are where we will need to go. Something where you have your normal employee and your AI employee all working together and making something really great. And tomorrow it will be for sure something that will happen. You need to keep human in the loop, simply for one simple reason. AI is not really good at handling ambiguous situation. And this is because, as I was saying, AI work on data. If your data is incomplete, if your data is ambiguous, if your data is complicated to handle and to understand, AI will not do the job. So you need to have AI to oversight.
KPI first or data maturity first?
Data quality, 100%.
So what is the one mistake leaders make with AI?
They think it's magical. They think if they plug it, it will do something. It's not the case. AI need to be managed very closely. It's not magical.
Okay, so my last question. What does 10x mean to you?
10x for me means that I can do faster and better the tasks that I think are boring. Answering emails, looking at data sheets, this kind of thing. I was doing it. I'm still doing it. I hope I won't have to do it later.
All right. Thank you very much for that very insightful and fun discussion with you, Robin. So for our viewers and listeners, if they wanted to talk to you or, to have some collaboration with you, how do they reach you?
I mean, I'm on LinkedIn, so do that. And I'm answering mostly everybody. And if you have something interesting, comment one of my posts or one of my article, and we can start discussions there. I'm very open.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Robin. Thank you very much for everything that you have given us, your time. And even though you are having some fun a while ago, and you still have time for us to have this discussion. I really enjoyed this discussion.